So today, I would like to talk to y'all about cremation versus burial. In the King James Version in the Holy Bible, in Ecclesiastes 9:2, everyone will die someday. From that point on, it's up to your loved ones to decide what to do with your body, to have you buried or to have you cremated. Many families in today's society have financial burdens and cannot afford the traditional burial, then they choose cremation. The average cost of burial is over $6,000 with a casket and a vault. The average cost of cremation is $18.95. Cremation does not take up as much land space as burial does. Burial, you can bury up to 1,250 people per acre. If you choose to do a traditional cremation and bury it in an urn vault, you could bury over 7,500 people in 1 acre going with cremation. There are so many different options you can choose from with the urns, urn vaults, jewelry. It's just a lot more options to choose from than with the typical burial. You can have a traditional viewing and embalming. You can purchase a rental casket with cremation and have the body cremated after the service is over. The cost does go up a little bit. Wouldn't go up over $3,000, and that's still half the cost of the traditional burial. Embalming is just a sanitation of a body. It does not stop the decomposing of a body. The cremation, when you're cremated, when you're cremated, if you decided to move to another state, you could take the urns with you. You would not have to worry about leaving your loved one behind in the cemetery. So the deal with the whole taking up the land space, there's not really a shortage on land, but it will cause a problem in the next 100 years or so. Crematoriums offer different types of memorials to remember your loved ones by. There's a certain type of these little potted seeds you can plant ashes with. There are many different ways you can leave the urn on your mantle, in your home, in your bedroom, or you can scatter the ashes in the sea. Many families today cannot simply afford life insurance. Only 44% of the people in the United States have life insurance, and that was in 2010, which is down from a 50-year low in 1960. 72% of the people in the United States had life insurance. In closing, when deciding cremation, remember these principles. Traditional burial is very expensive. Cremation does not take up as much land, and you still have just as many options to choose from. You can still have a viewing and traditional service with the cremation to follow. Your loved one will never decay, and you have more options to choose from with cremation. Is there anybody that has any questions?
I do. You said about burying at sea, but is it legal? Like if I had a big farm, is it legal for us to spread grandpa on our farm?
Yes.
Okay.
It is legal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is there any area where you cannot?
Not really.
Have y'all had anybody request, what you were talking about, where you can do the urns and then plan on like with the seeds and
Yes.
you have?
We do. We offer those at our funeral home that I work for.
About how expensive is that? Is that considered the same thing as a cremation or?
Different prices. I think they start at $25.
It depends on what package you buy, correct?
I need you to explain it. What you mean by burying a urn with seeds?
Burial at sea.
No, she was talking about what I was talking about.
With the seeds,
The flower seeds, the potted plants, with little seeds in them, they'll grow flowers. You can mix the ashes in with them
so,
and plant them.
yeah,
So pawpaw will be growing in the
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
They're-
we will not.
They're supposed to be like more environmentally.
It's more of a memorial.
Yeah, and
than
now they're
anything.
doing it with trees. So supposedly, they mix the seeds in with the urn or with the ashes, and then the tree, the ashes or with the seeds, and then the tree grows, and it helps feed the roots and stuff like that. So the theory is, they'll always be alive. They help nourish the trees, and it's more environmentally. It's more, for the environment, but it's just something new.
It's just more of a memorial to remember your love.
Yeah.
Greg, you said something about being buried at sea, so I could take my grandpa and stand on the beach and,
No,
okay, how do you do that then?
you have to go out at least 3 miles to be in international waters before you can scatter at sea.
So, which would mean like rivers and creeks and all, that's off limits then, since,
No, you can do that. Just don't get caught.
well, that's, yeah.
Why is
We've
what's
had people to do that.
why the 3 miles?
It's just one of the laws.
Isn't it gonna come back?
According to the NCFDA, is what you have to do. The NFDA, excuse me, I'm
I
sorry.
do know that because nobody owns international waters.
Yeah, I know like you can't get married and stuff in there, but I just didn't realize there was a law prohibiting you from just standing on the shores and just sprinkling ashes.
Yeah, you have to go 3 miles out into the water.
What about people do you have, I know like Jewish people, they want their remains buried within like 24 hours and they don't like you to do anything to the body. It's considered desecration. Do y'all have requests for that? Do you do that a lot or?
I've never seen that. That is their typical tradition
Yeah.
they do, but we do not handle any of those.
With embalming people, is there laws with that? Like you have to have them embalmed before they're for burial?
Mm-mm.
Embalming, sometimes they will not tell you this, but embalming is just a sanitation of the body to have a viewing. That's all it is. There's no requirements on embalming.
Because the body started to decay so soon.
It's just, it will preserve a body.
So if somebody was gonna do a funeral quickly, would they still have to do embalming for viewing? No?
You just can't have a open casket.
So there is rules with that.
How long can you have the body before open, and how long can you wait before it starts to sink?
Well, if you embalm,
We've had embalmed, we've had about a week.
But after a week you can't, you have to.
We've not had anybody to wait longer than a week.
How come a black person can wait so long?
Because their color don't.
because
color
their
don't-
skin
They
is.
rot.
Yeah, but their skin doesn't like.
You got a refrigerator? Yeah.
Yes, we do. All right. Well, thank you all for your time.
You start the boss. Now, Millie, y'all listen. You can't get involved.
She's only mad at you because you took her from me. So.
We're gonna